Hi everybody, my name is Kim Mullins and I am a librarian at CW Post, and during this video tutorial I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use the library catalog. First thing I want to show you is how to navigate to the catalog. I'm going to show you from LIU's main webpage. As you see at the top in the address bar, we're at www.liu.edu. Click on this link at the top that says Libraries, and then click on LIU Post. And once you see this green screen, you know you're at LIU Post Library homepage. Keep in mind that this page is going to change. We are redesigning it. It's going to look a little more similar to the other pages on LIU's website. The actual links may look a little bit different, but you're always going to click on Online Catalog. From the main search screen, you have this box in the middle that provides you with a general search. What you can do is search by the keyword, a particular word or a phrase that you're interested in finding resources on, by an author, by a title, by a subject associated with your topic. And you also have the other options if you just wanted to search for a journal title associated with the topic, a book series, or a genre. In the next field is where you'd actually enter your search term or terms. It can be a phrase, and it will search for the entire phrase. And then you choose the location of the resource that you're looking for. Very often, if you need a book right this minute, you want to see what's available here at Post, then it may be best to search specifically the Post campus. However, if you have a little bit of leeway, it's probably best to search all the campuses, the entire collection, because we have a plethora of resources that are available to you, and we can get those resources interlibrary loaned within a day or two. So you have a lot more options if you're searching the entire collection. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see another option to search for more specific criteria. We have an advanced keyword search screen. We'll take a look at that in a minute. In addition to other search criteria, including the call number of the book, ISBN, what we're going to do is get started with a general search on the topic of gun control. Always helps to spell correctly. And we're going to do a general keyword search, which will search for this phrase within the entire collection amongst all the campuses, amongst all the types of resources, whether it's a DVD, an ebook, a print book. Once I click submit, I will see this search screen. Up at the top, you will see the number of results that are found. We have 131 resources amongst all the campuses. I'm going to click on sorting them by the date. This is a great option if your professor is requiring more current resources. It will give you the most recently published resources at the top of the list. And at this point, I could do a couple of things. If I'm overwhelmed with the number of the results here, if this is too much for me to wade through, I can go back through and I can tell it to limit strictly to those materials that are available. I need these materials ASAP. And click on search, and we went from 131 to 119 results. I could also click on this modify search screen, which is the same as the advanced keyword search option that I showed you in the upper right hand corner. And this gives you just a number of specific criteria by which to search. We can add additional search terms. Perhaps there's a book by a particular author that you're interested in. I could also, again, narrow by the location. Also, what is very helpful is to search by the material type: ebooks, periodicals, print books, or any of the below. This screen will again allow you to narrow down your topic. Once I return to my results list, I can then start going through my resources. First thing I want to show you is that in the left-hand column, it will tell you the type of resource by the icon that's there. So for example, the first result is a DVD or a film. The second result is an ebook. Ebooks are electronic versions of print books, and the following results are again more books and ebooks. So that right off the bat tells you the type of materials. It tells you the location of the material, where you would find it. Obviously, if you are looking for materials here today, now at Post Library, the Brooklyn Media Center may be out of your reach. However, keep in mind we could always enter library loan resources that will arrive within a few days. Here is the call number in the next column, and that is again the almost like the address of the resource, a very important piece of information that you should note, because that helps you or helps your librarian help you identify where those materials are located. And of course, very important is the availability. If you remember in our initial search, we searched for only those resources that were available. However, if one of these resources had been taken out by someone else, the status, of course, would be listed as unavailable. After I click on the title, again, we're still looking at the first resource, which is a DVD. It gives me more information, including a summary and the length of the DVD. But up at the top, there are a number of different options that you have available at this point. If you need to request this book, and you may do that for one of two reasons: it's at a different campus than you're currently at, or if this material is unavailable and you want it upon return to be sent to you, then you can simply request these materials. And I'll show you how to do that in a second, but it's just a click away. You can add this to a list. This is a permanent list. This is a great time saver because it keeps you from having to research each time you're finding good resources for a particular project. You can add it to a bag, which is a temporary saving for the time in which you're in the catalog. So this I'll click on now. Okay, it's in my bag. I could view all of those materials that I have saved to my bag. Again, this is temporary. Once you X out of the catalog, those will go away. I am going to go back to my results list. Here's the third resource. I see that this is a print book. It's available, it says here, through the Brentwood Circulation Collection that is now here at LIU. If you are interested in this book, click on it, get some more information, read the summary. The main piece of information that you want to record is the call number. Again, that will help you or help your librarian identify the location of that book. The last basic feature is the My LIU Library account. Once you log on to My Library account, there are a number of really great features. The first thing you'll see are any materials that you currently have out. This account also allows you to renew any books by simply clicking on the Renew All or marking the book and clicking on Renew Marked. Another option is to identify any holds or requests that you have. So if there were materials at other campuses that you've requested to be sent here, you can take a look at the status and what those materials are and where you would pick them up. You would receive an email when that resource is actually available. And then the last feature that is very helpful, we talked about this a little bit prior, is you can access any lists of saved resources. In this particular case, I saved 3 resources and I named the list Gun Control. You can name the list whatever you want to. And here is a list of 3 books or resources resources that I may want to reference in the future. So those are some great time-saving tips that I hope you take advantage of. So that wraps up an overview to the LIU catalog. If you have any questions, make sure you stop by the library, give us a call. There are a number of other ways you can contact us by looking at the library website. Good luck, and hope to see you in the library.